Hey guys, so I have an update. I haven't done just a regular update in a while. All of my videos have been very specific, so I just wanted to let you guys know how everything's been going with me. I had an appointment today in Gainesville for a cleaning, routine cleaning, and to address some issues that I've been having, so that's kind of what I want to talk about. My last cleaning was in November of last year, so it's about that time to get them cleaned again and just to check everything out to make sure everything's fine. Now, I don't have to get my hybrids taken out every single time I go for a checkup. Um, Only if there's any kind of issues that need to be addressed, or if I need him to take them out and put them in the sonic cleaner to clean them or whatever. But it's really, it's not necessary to get them taken out every single time you go, because it's a very long process to get them out. And so if you could avoid that, it's probably for the best. But I was having some issues, and so that's what I want to talk about first, and then I'll tell you everything else that we did during the appointment. Um, I have been having burning mouth syndrome. I mean, that's just what it is. My mouth has been on fire pretty much. The tip of my tongue, all along like the insides of my lips, it is just very intense. It's horrific. And then if you can, of course you can, of course you can see that. The corners of my mouth are really red and cracked, and they hurt really badly. So all of this stuff was going on, and it's been going on for a couple months now. I have iron deficiency, and so when my iron gets down really low, that is one of the symptoms that I have. I'll have burning mouth syndrome. That's why people who have low iron, you'll see them like chomping on some ice. You know, have a problem with that. Shouldn't do that, especially not with these. But yeah, when your mouth is on fire, you tend to crave ice, and so I'm used to that. But like when it gets that bad, when it's to that point that my mouth is burning because of my iron, then I usually have like other things that are going on, like my hair is starting to kind of come out in the shower in clumps, and I'm really fatigued. My anxiety is through the roof, that sort of thing. And I wasn't really having any of those other symptoms, but still I didn't understand what could be causing it, because I know that I take really good care of my teeth. I do a really good job of that. Every time I go for a checkup, he says, you know, there's no buildup on them or anything like that. They look really good. Tissue looks really good. I mean, I really stay on top of that. I didn't understand how it could be like any kind of fungal infection, and I'm taking really good care of them. But he asked me if I had been on antibiotics recently, and yeah, around the time that all of this happened, I was actually on antibiotics. I came down with the flu. My whole family came down with the flu, and mine turned into like a really, really monster of a sinus infection. It was horrible. And then I was on the verge of an ear infection, so the doctor just wanted to knock all of that out with like a really strong course of antibiotics. I was on them for like 10 days, and that's around the time that all of this started happening. And so what happened most likely was that the antibiotics killed all of the good bacteria in there and caused an overgrowth of yeast. Now, you know, when I think yeast, I'm thinking there's going to be some other stuff going on. You know, he looked at my tissues and it's just red. It's inflamed. It's very visibly irritated in all of the spots that's burning. And I saw that too. I was thinking if you have like yeast in your mouth, you're going to have like patches of white stuff, and it's going to look all crazy, and it's nothing like that. So that's why I didn't even think that that could be what was going on. But that's what's going on. So if you have any of those symptoms, you know, it could be a vitamin deficiency, but it could also be a yeast infection. Now, mine was caused by the antibiotics, but you can also get it from not taking good enough care of your hybrids or your dentures. Everybody's susceptible to it, but more so people who have dentures or hybrids, any kind of, you know, acrylic appliances in their mouth, because remember, acrylic is a porous material, and it holds on to all of that bacteria. If you're not keeping them clean enough, then that stuff can build up, and it can cause an overgrowth of the bad bacteria that you don't want in your mouth, and it can lead to these kind of problems, and it just hurts, and it really sucks. So make sure that you're taking care of your dentures and your hybrids. And if you're on antibiotics, you need to take some kind of preventative measures to avoid something like this happening. To avoid something like this from happening. Like yogurt, I don't know what to say. I'm not a yogurt fan myself, okay? I think to avoid something like this, I might give it a go, you know, because this has been a nightmare. So yeah, just take good care of your mouth, keep everything clean in there. If you're going to be on antibiotics, you got to do some kind of preventative measures to make sure that you don't end up with this situation. And if you're having these symptoms, address them with the dentist or your doctor, and they can take care of that so that you can enjoy life. Because I'm telling you, normal food has been really, really hard to deal with. I was craving fish tacos the other night, and my husband went and got like some good gourmet type fish tacos, and I bit into it, and I'm telling you, tears started coming down my face, and these were not hot. There is nothing hot on them at all, but my mouth was just on fire. It's like anything that isn't totally bland and without seasoning, I have to drink like tons of water. Like my mouth is just not okay these days. So yeah, don't let that happen. Anyways, so for the rest of the appointment, he did the routine, you know, taking the bridges out, or I keep calling them bridges. I'm sorry for calling them bridges, okay? They are hybrids. He took the hybrids out and put them in a sonic cleaner, and while he was doing that, he did another step that he hasn't done before. This thing that he had, I don't know what it's called, but it's kind of like a Waterpik type of thing, and there's a reservoir in it that has powdered glycerin. So when the water comes through and mixes with that, that's the stuff that they use to clean the actual implants. So while these are out and in the sonic cleaner, he's hitting these implants up underneath with this glycerin stuff, and it tastes like glycerin. I don't know if any of you ladies know that glycerin's really good for your skin, so sometimes like I'll, you know, hit my face up with it and everything. So it's got a sweet taste to it, so it's nothing that's gonna like make you gag or anything like that. It just tastes sweet, and it's like a really high powered Waterpik. Like think the highest setting that you could get on a Waterpik, and it doesn't hurt at all. But since my mouth was already irritated, it was a little bit uncomfortable, but nothing serious. And so they just do that to get, you know, any kind of film that might have accumulated on the implants, like bacteria and stuff like that. And that's pretty much it. I mean, cleaned the hybrids in the sonic cleaner, cleaned all of that off, and then he wrote me a prescription for my stuff that I've got going on here, and it's gel that I have to put on to the corners of my mouth. I think that's that condition there when you start getting the cracks at the corner of your mouth is called angular cheilitis, and it's a common thing with denture wearers. Like if you're wearing dentures that don't fit properly, or you know, in this situation you've got like yeast going on and stuff, so I have to apply that cream there or gel 3 times a day for 10 days, and then to treat what's going on inside of my mouth, it's like a lozenge that I have to suck on 3 times a day for 10 days. And I really hope that that works, because if that doesn't take care of everything, then I'm going to have to go a more dramatic route, which would involve taking the hybrids out and leaving them out until all of this is taken care of via some kind of like a pill or something. So yeah, not gonna be fun. Hopefully this will clear it all up. So with all of that said, I'm sorry I've been kind of MIA. It's summer, my kids are out of school and everything. I've been spending time with them, and my oldest son is in summer school, and so the days of sleeping in during the summer are over. He gets up super early, like 6:30 in the morning. For me, that's really early, especially when all of the kids want to wake up with me and it's like playtime. It's like, no, it's not, go back to sleep. So that's what I've been doing. But you can follow me on Instagram. I'm very active on Instagram. I post every day pretty much. And it's kalinjax on Instagram. And I'm also on Facebook, Christy Lind on Facebook. I Wear Dentures on Facebook. iweardentures.com. That is my blog, and I have a lot of new content up there. and all of it is very practical information. I wrote them myself, and it's about like the wax try-in and how to get a natural looking smile, like what's involved in a natural looking smile. Just all kinds of good stuff for you to check out that would be, I believe it would be helpful. So iwordentures.com, and I think that's it. If you have any comments or anything like that, leave them in the comments section below. And other than that, I hope you guys are enjoying your summer. I'll have another video being posted very soon. So you guys take care.